Hi guys, this is Eva from Bay Harbor Med Spa. And this video I'm making mainly for the people that are in Miami, South Florida. But of course, anybody can listen to this video and try to make sense of what I am going to say right now. And one of the topics that are so very important, particularly now, this time of the year, which is winter, we are in December, and the weather is cold. Florida is cooler, but not cold, but the rest of the country is very cold. And a lot of people don't understand the importance of sloughing off dead skin, the importance of skin being moisturized, even more so than in the summer. It is extremely important. But it's also important to understand that moisture cannot penetrate into the skin if there is a barrier, if there is a layer on the skin. So how do we treat this process? How do we get rid of the top layers of the skin? How do we treat the skin? What is the best approach and what is the best treatment? So in my personal opinion, microdermabrasion, crystal microdermabrasion is the number one process and the number one treatment that I recommend to 99.9% everybody that comes to my clinic. Why do I believe that crystal microdermabrasion is such an amazing treatment? So let me just tell you guys, I introduced crystal microdermabrasion to South Florida when it got its first FDA clearance, FDA approval, which was about close to 17 years ago. And I introduced the process, and I then said that this is such an amazing progressive, not aggressive treatment, that I believe that it will go with us and it will surpass the next 10 years and the next 10 years, and I wasn't wrong. This is 17 years later, and I can tell you that I still, if you come to my clinic in Bay Harbor and you say, what treatment should we do? I suggest, as I said, 99.9% to everybody to do a microdermabrasion facial. Why? Why is microdermabrasion so good, and why is it better than anything else? I tell you why. Because microdermabrasion, when it's done correctly and when the proper instruments, proper machines are used. So for instance, I have a machine that's made in Italy. I have a machine that has a compressor in it. And my microdermabrasion machine is a very powerful machine. But you also have to know how to use the machine. And since I introduced it, I know how to use the machine. I do it for 17 years. Abrading the skin is something equivalent to sandblasting. If you sandblast the skin, would have the same effect as doing microdermabrasion, but you can't sandblast the skin, because sandblasting, you sandblast the roof, you sandblast the pavement, but you can't sandblast. But it's very similar. So what you do is, with microdermabrasion, you take away all the impurities, you take away the top layers of the skin, and again, it depends on the depths. And the depth is controlled by me. I hold the machine. I hold the handpiece in my hand. I press on the pedal. I am the one who decides how much and how deep I want to abrade the skin. So if you have oily skin, it's great for oily skin because it abrades the skin and removes the top layers of the skin. Then I can do extractions, and then the pores can shrink. And by that action, the skin will become, the pores will become visually minimized, and they will minimize because we are emptying everything that is on the surface of the skin, and we are emptying everything that's inside the skin. We are removing the blackheads. But removing the blackheads without doing microdermabrasion is much harder. So it's much easier, less painful. If you have acne skin, the same thing. I abrade the skin. So I remove the top layers, I remove the oils, and then I'm able to go and remove the whiteheads, the blackheads from the skin. If you have dry skin, same thing. I abrade the skin. I prepare the skin. I remove the top layer of the skin, which is most of the time dead, and it clogs the skin. With dry skin, for instance, it's very important because nothing can penetrate into the skin if the skin is dry. And when the weather is cold, and when the weather gets colder, our skin has a tendency to dry out very much on the surface, and it really doesn't matter if you drink gallons of water, it still will be dry. And so whoever comes and tells you, oh, drink gallons of water because that will moisturize your skin, it's a bunch of baloney. If your skin is dry on the surface, that means that's it. If it looks like crocodile skin, if it looks like snake skin, a snake can drink as much water as it wants, it will shed its skin because that part is dead. It's the same thing. The top layer of your skin is dead. It has no life. It has to be removed. So dry skin, you remove it. And then you, for instance, on dry skin, if I want to induce and I want to put antioxidants into the skin or serums or vitamins, then I use microneedling treatment or I use ultrasound treatments, all in combination. But as you can see, microdermabrasion is an amazing, amazing, potent base to any treatment preparation. You have to see it as a preparation for the next step. And of course, only with experience and with wisdom, and I would say in this case with years of doing something and using common sense and having the knowledge, the intelligence, and knowing how to treat skin, and you know, I have 35 years under my belt treating human skin, only then can you benefit, super benefit, by doing microdermabrasion and then doing everything else that you want to do. So this is why I'm such a big advocate, and I tell you guys, no matter what lasers are out there, no matter what other methods and fantastic machines you will be sold on and will be advertised, no matter what, microdermabrasion is the base for the last 17 years, and take my word for it, another 10 years at least is the base to having healthy, clean, beautiful, moisturized, nourished skin. No matter what skin type, if you have dry skin, if you have oily skin, if you have normal skin, all skin can benefit from crystal microdermabrasion. And again, it's not only the dermabrasion, there are several things. The machine has to be of high quality. The person that performs microdermabrasion has to know what they do. And the depth of the treatment is determined by the analysis of the skin and by the machine and by the operator of the skin. And then the after treatment, after you abrade the skin, after you remove the top layer of the skin, what then? So you of course have to know what to do afterwards as well. And again, I said, 35 years is 35 years. It doesn't come just like this. So I happen to have a lot of knowledge, a lot of care. And this is why I tell you, my Miami viewers, my South Florida viewers, my Caribbean viewers, guys, anybody is suitable for crystal microdermabrasion. Any treatment, any skin treatment that you do, crystal microdermabrasion will make the benefits and will make the look of the skin much better than if you do it without it. That's all I have to say. Until next time, thank you very much for listening. And bye-bye, guys. This is Avery.